Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Clean 8-Bit. This is the Sigma 17 to 40mm f1.8 DC Art Lens for the Sony E-mount. In this video, we'll unbox it, take a closer look at its build quality, share first impressions, and go over some frequently asked questions. Right off the bat, I gotta say that this is the most premium packaging I have ever seen on a lens, at least on any lens that I have owned so far. This blue box that the Arts lens comes in feels very premium, and I'm not sure what this M looking logo means. If anybody knows it, please leave it down in the comment section down below. When you open the box, you're greeted with the documentation, really well packaged, and underneath that, it's where you find the lens, which comes in this carrying pouch. Now this lens is the successor of the legendary 18 to 35mm 1.8 Sigma lens, which was a very popular lens for videographers and photographers alike. What made that lens popular was the fact that it was an internal zoom and that it was 1.8 with superb quality and sharpness. Qualities that I am happily able to say this lens has carried over. One thing that struck me as soon as I picked up the lens is how much lighter it is than that previous f1.8 18 to 35mm lens. And not only is it lighter, but it has a wider zoom range because it goes from 17 all the way to 40. Here I have set the lens next to various items so you can get a feel of how big this lens actually is. This lens has three different rings. One for focusing, the other one for the zooming, and the third one for the aperture, which means that you can control the aperture all the way open from f1.8 to f16. And it also has three physical switches, one to go from autofocus to manual focus, the other one to click or declick the aperture ring, and the last one is to lock the aperture ring. It also has two focus hold buttons, and I'm not sure if you can reprogram these buttons to do anything else yet. I haven't tested that out, but that would be really cool if you can. I've been trying to get my hands on this lens for quite some time, but it's been sold out in Amazon for a very long time. Even as of the recording of this video, it is sold out. That shows you how popular and how much people wanted this lens that everybody's just been buying it left and right. So I sold my other Sigma 18 to 50mm f2.8 lens so I can purchase this one. So how do they compare? Well, the Sigma 18 to 50 is lighter and smaller, but this 17 to 40 gives you more light, better depth of field, and a slightly wider field of view. I'm gonna go over some of the frequent asked questions about this lens. Can this lens be used for portrait photography? Yes, this lens is an excellent portrait photography lens since you can go all the way into 40. That gives you an equivalent of a 60mm on a full frame camera, which is perfect for portraits. And it has a f1.8 aperture, which gives you that desired shallow depth of field for portrait. Does it come with a lens hood? Yes. In fact, this lens has the best lens hood mechanism that I have ever seen on a lens. Not only does the hood feel more premium than any other lens I have owned so far, but the way it locks into place is just amazing. In the past, I've always been afraid of losing my lens hoods because they're very flimsy and sometimes they just come off in random times, or if you bump them wrong, they'll just fall off. However, this one has a mechanism where once you put it on, you hear a satisfying click and it won't come off unless you press this button down. And I have so much confidence on this lens hood that I'm even able to grab the lens from the lens hood without worrying about it falling off, and that is just great. How much does this lens weigh? In my own testings, I found out that this lens is 600 grams exactly with the hood on. Is the lens weather sealed? It has basic dust and splash resistance, but it's not fully weather sealed. How does it perform in video recording? This lens performs absolutely beautifully for video. Not only is it extremely sharp, but it also has an excellent autofocus. So there you have it. Hopefully this video was helpful for you if you've been on the fence of purchasing this lens. My verdict is that yes, you should buy it. It's definitely a great lens, and I'm gonna be using it on every single video going forward on this channel. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and don't forget to clean 8-bit.